Alright everybody, welcome, DSF. This video is going to be about why I think you should invest with Jeff Bezos and Amazon.com. And I'll get into reasons why I like Jeff Bezos, why I like Amazon, and stuff like that. Okay guys, so before I talked about Warren Buffett, and I talked about why investing with Warren Buffett is a smart idea with Berkshire. One thing is he has a track record of beating the S&P 500 and generating wealth for people or for owners that have bought the stock and invested with him. And I think Amazon has the same kind of track record. And moving forward, I think they have a lot of room for growth too. And you'll be able to beat the S&P 500 moving forward with Amazon. So taking a little bit of money and putting it with Buffett was probably a smart idea moving forward. And also taking a little bit of money and moving with someone like Jeff Bezos and Amazon, it's probably a smart idea moving forward. Jeff Bezos, he's a very inspirational guy. If you ever listen to him on any interviews and anything that time that he speaks or he has a public event. And one thing that I really like about Jeff Bezos is he's an optimist. Man, he talks about there's a myth of the good old days. Like people always want to talk about how things were greater, or people worked harder, or all these things always in the past. And it's the myth of the good old days because we have better medicine, better houses, better transportation, better cars, better computers, better standard of living. I mean, if you looked like maybe 120 years ago, you couldn't just walk down to the corner store, get yourself a Snickers bar, something to drink, whatever you wanted. Probably had to go out and pick up eggs or whatever you had to do to get some meal in the morning. So, guys, the future's bright, and that's why I like Jeff Bezos with his vision and what he talks about there. Now, Jeff Bezos, I really like his annual letters. His annual letters are short, but they're to the point. And he has that culture that he built around Amazon about customer-centric, long-term thinking, and a passion for investing. Now, the customer-centric, that builds customer loyalty, and it kind of builds around like a moat for the company. When people are happy, they come back. And I think, that's a main thing that I like that Amazon does. Long-term thinking. Long-term thinking is doing what's right today so shareholders, customers, every stakeholder can do better in the future. And I think Amazon has always been long-term thinking. And I'll get into a little bit more as why the long-term thinking comes into valuations and dividends. The passion for inventing, yeah, Jeff Bezos, I mean, Amazon, it's all about invention, creating something new, the new experience, and that's, Bezos has other projects that he's all about inventing too, but with Amazon, it's a great thing to have. So those three things, great things that Bezos brings into that culture of Amazon. Now, Jeff Bezos, believing in him, I think is pretty easy to do nowadays because he has a track record. But if you don't know the story of Amazon, his parents, they had $300,000, pretty much their whole life savings, and they gave Jeff Bezos that whole $300,000 when he started Amazon. And most of the time, a startup only has about 10% chance of surviving, but he told his parents maybe he has a 30% chance, so he was giving himself a little better chances. And his parents, they took the risk on, it's their son, but they took the risk on, Jeff Bezos, and it paid off big time. So I think that we're not even taking close to the same amount of risk that, that they took back in the day. But, that belief is kind of what you need in people, and it's proved out to be, a great investment decision. Now, guys, when we look at Amazon, we could definitely say from the fundamentals, you could say it's overvalued big time. But I want to talk a little bit about the future, looking out like future years. If you ever done research, you could say Amazon has, a pretty good foothold into internet sales or retail sales on the internet. But overall retail sales, it's very small. And if you do the whole world, I think Amazon has like less than 1% of sales. So there's definitely room to grow there. In competition, Amazon has a step up on the competition and little ecosystem that they have. Now, Alibaba is a new IPO that's coming out, and they're like the main kind of internet seller or internet retailer in China. So that there's always going to be competition, but I think Amazon's moat with its customer loyalty and what it's doing gives it a little bit of a reason to, that I feel comfortable and the risk is a little bit less. Okay, Amazon does not pay a dividend, but in this case, it's one of these companies that they need to spend every dollar that they get on reinvesting it in the company to grow because they can grow. It's not like they're trying to grow; it's that they can, and that's why they need to spend every dollar that they have to get the growth out there. And you know, if the cash flow were ever to be more than what they needed to grow, yeah, that's when you start rewarding shareholders and give out dividends and stuff. Or not the story. If you believe in what the company's doing over the long term, I don't really think it's too much overpriced. And like I said, you're putting a small piece of your investment into this. It's not like an all-in type thing. And like I said, I just think that it can beat the S&P 500 superbly because of the management and the focus of the company. So guys, hope this helped. I hope you liked it. Please rate it. If you don't like it, please put dislike. And give me your thoughts on Jeff Bezos or Amazon. And yeah, guys, just another idea I wanted to throw out there. So hope everybody, takes some of these ideas, does some research, and it helps them. All right, man. Take it easy.